Yo, Tony D here with the patterns. Top book for me. I'm going to do it. I'm anointing it number 1. Case 3. I got 2 of the cover A's. No, I take that back. 1 of the cover A, and I went ahead at the comic shop. These are worthy of getting an alternate cover, so bam. And you get both anyways. Pareidolia. That is seeing patterns that in objects. An example would be seeing Jesus in your burnt toast. That type of thing. Batman is trying not to see patterns like that. He's trying to keep it gritty, basic detective work. What are the facts? And that's what's good about these, because the tone and atmosphere is so surreal. It's a masterclass in atmospheric storytelling and psychological tension. The writer's on point and the artist is just in sync. He starts off by talking about he's starting to see a pattern, and this is really interesting, where he's talking about the fires. In each case, there was some kind of fire, and he alludes to Gotham trying to burn him out. He's a virus. The evil is trying to burn him out like a fever. I really thought that was powerful writing. He feels like Gotham's trying to burn him out. But he keeps talking about the patterns, and when you see that, that's obvious. Come on, that's the Joker. I thought that was the perfect pattern to show when talking about this. And I was trying to find one here. I don't know. Let me know what you think that might be. As we start off, Bruce Wayne is staring through the window at a burning Gotham, and his reflection is that is great artwork, where his reflection is part of the burning city. He is a part of it. And Sherman just uses his inventive panel layouts, windows, blueprints, his skewed perspectives. Great example right here. Just mirrors Batman's unraveling psyche as he investigates this murder in old Gotham. He has to go, we'll get to the murder. He has to go to, this is old Gotham right here, and it's really a shanty town. It's forgotten, let's say. It really is. And the people are just surviving any way they can. And the writer really paints a wonderful picture of that. And another thing with all 3 of these stories, it's slow burning, but the layering that's involved, it invites you to be a detective a little bit. And I've just been having fun with it. But to have fun with a comic book and try to figure out what's going on, guessing, it's a puzzle, and that's perfect. Dark patterns, it's a puzzle. When it's a refreshing return to Batman's roots of just gritty detective work. And this is his 3rd year in. That does make sense. Batman, he runs into this homeless guy, and he's just telling Batman, I'm eating a rat. And Batman's not ignoring him. He's paying attention. And he's okay. The dude's, and he talks about having an astrophysics degree, and he's actually getting information from this guy. Batman, he's smart enough to get information or clues from anyone. You can't discount anyone, and that's been through this whole book. He's had conversations with people that more than likely we would just walk away from, but this guy, I even wanted to go down this rabbit hole and look some of this up. I probably will later, but he's talking about how it's a black hole, and he's throwing some astrophysics lingo at him, and it really adds to that vibe of the psychological tension. This guy is explaining that you're in a black hole in this little shanty town. Just love the paneling. Look at that. the angles and the paneling is brilliant. I haven't seen a book like this. I'm going to say I have never seen a book with paneling work like this, but Batman sees the people and they just look like shells, ghosts, like they're continuing that vibe from case 2 in the building where you had this sense of maybe there's a haunting going on. Batman is caught with the struggle of sticking to the facts, and then, but you have all this overwhelming tension of psychological, even magical type stuff. But yeah, it even mentions this place is as close to hell as you can get. Look at the dude just out of it. He finds his safe, and love this perspective. I comment a lot on perspective in this book, but it's incredible, the perspective that Sherman is showing us here. And then you get this shot. There's a body in this dryer. Claus. Is that a shout out to Claus Jansen? What do you think? Let me know. I love little Easter egg things, and I think that is one. He gets the body to this examiner. This is a character, this guy right here. He's a creepy dude, but he knows his thing. I even was going to look up this pugilist stance that he's talking about. I bet it's right. I love it when a writer injects intelligence. And what he's doing is he's injecting the facts that counteracts with the mysterious, the psychological, the atmosphere of maybe this is more than just a factual based town or case. I love the way they do that. He's hanging out with Alfred. I think Alfred is the only character that can pull off the pencil-thin mustache without looking creepy. Shout out to him. And he's talking to his guy. Alfred's always a pivotal character. Batman leans on him. And they get into this with where that crime happened and how it was done. This is pretty grim. He tells him about the old gangs of Gotham, what they would do with people that were rats or people that had to be taken care of, where they would make an example of them. And one of those was they would dunk them in bleach until their skin sloughed, and they would be hung up as a warning to others. And the appearance of the bloody mess, the loosened skin, was probably the origin of the Red Hood gang. And look how small that panel is. Just to mention that in that little panel, that's a big thing right there. That's our guy, right? The Joker. He has encountered them before. He's 3 years in, so I don't know if he's had the interaction with the Joker where he gets him at Ace Chemicals and that happens, but let me know what you think about this too. He starts staring at the coffee ring or his nutrition drink ring that the cup made, and he mentions, hey, I'm looking for a pattern there, and he's trying to get away. He needs evidence. He's a detective, fact-based world. He returns to the rookery, and I just love his paneling work where you get this. Look at this right here. Love the cityscape, always mentioning that, where he's driving to the city and then immediately you get a shot of him coming into the city, and then you get the close-up action and this creepazoid preying on a victim. More panel work. Boom, large, larger. And he mentions time to die for Satan, and then look who shows up. They keep that powerful impact of being the fear, the enemies, being that powerful force that they fear. They do a really good job here, which is important. You're fixing to find out why that was important, why they mentioned that. He's running, he's trying to get away, and he just stops. He's, no, not here. No chance. And Batman strings him up in typical Bat fashion. And he's, hey, you stopped running. He wants to know what's up. He strikes fear in the hearts of villains. And Now he wants to know why. And he's like, the rookery is far scarier than you. And that's a bold statement. He starts talking about the Red Hood gang. He's onto that. And he's also working with the police like Gordon, more in that vein of the Batman that you would see, like Batman 393 or in that area, the Copper Age, where he had that relationship. And he gets more information from the coroner. The head was exposed to maybe acid. And he was like, bleach? He's starting to put things together. And this is really powerful, where he yells, I know you're watching me. And he's, I will rid you of the Red Hood gang if they're a threat. But the thing is, they don't care. This Red Hood gang seems to be more scarier than Batman. And then he puts out, the game is afoot. Great stuff. Love it. It's worth having 2 issues of it for me. I like the simplicity, is where it really gets its strength, and it really evokes the spirit of, I'm going to say, Legends of the Dark Knight, where it was gritty, street-level cases that it really reminds you why Gotham needs Batman. And it's just, it trades spectacle for substance. And it's a ride. I highly recommend. You've got to get onto this. I ran into a guy in the comic shop, and he had this copy, and I was like, how you liking that? He hasn't read it yet. I was like, oh, hang on, brother. You're fixing to find out. At least you're buying it, dude. You know what I'm saying? Totally love it. Big Sword, shout out to you, dude. He loves it too. He always brings something up that I miss. He did that with Case 2. They were talking about, I think it was Wizard of Oz or Alice in Wonderland. It was one of those kind of creepy stories that they were using as an element. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me know what you think. And outro, get it?